Welcome to Asian Star Trend. Our channel updates hot news about Asia's most popular stars. Please subscribe and comment to help us update better videos. This is the first love face of Zhai Yiying. She has a sweet smile and is a breath of fresh air in the skit world. Zhai Yiying, the sweetheart next door who's winning over the internet, one frame at a time. At first glance, Zhai Yiying looks like the classic girl next door: big, luminous eyes, a perfectly sculpted nose, and that signature pouty smile that lights up the screen. But spend more than a few minutes watching her in action, and you'll realize she's far more than just another pretty face in the fast-paced world of short dramas. What makes Zhai stand out isn't just her charm, but the emotional honesty she brings to each role. Whether she's playing a love-struck heroine, a stubborn underdog, or a girl pretending not to fall for the male lead, but clearly is, her performances hit a sweet spot between comedy and vulnerability. There are scenes where she delivers one-liners so deadpan, audiences burst out laughing, and others where she breaks down quietly, and you suddenly find yourself tearing up. Her rise hasn't been meteoric, but deliberate. She chooses roles that challenge her, sometimes ditching the cute act entirely to try palace intrigue or gritty revenge arcs. And yet, she never loses that warm, approachable energy that fans adore. Zhai Yiying's growing success is proof that in an industry obsessed with quick fame, audiences still crave something real. She doesn't scream for attention, she earns it, scene by scene, smile by smile. By the time the credits roll, you don't just remember her face. You remember how she made you feel. And in today's content-saturated world, that's her true superpower. Zhai Yiying's allure, natural beauty in a filtered age. In an entertainment world dominated by heavy filters and manufactured perfection, Zhai Yiying stands out precisely because she doesn't try too hard. Her looks, while undeniably in line with today's aesthetic trends, exude a refreshing natural charm that's increasingly rare and irresistibly appealing. Fans often describe her as cute or beautiful, but the words hardly do justice to her presence on screen. There's an effortless clarity to her appearance, clean features, an almost translucent glow, and a kind of everyday relatability that makes her feel both aspirational and accessible. Some viewers even compare her to established stars like Jo Chen or Zhang Yiying, not just for her looks, but for the warmth and sincerity she projects. What's most striking, perhaps, is how Zhai's appearance supports her storytelling. When she smiles, it feels genuine. When she's hurt, you see it not just in her eyes but in the subtle quiver of her lips, the drop of her shoulders. Her beauty doesn't overshadow her roles, it deepens them. In an era where pretty is often mass-produced, Zhai Yiying reminds us that true beauty lies in being real. It's no wonder audiences are drawn to her. She reflects the kind of natural, grounded grace that's easy to fall for, and even easier to believe in. Zhai Yiying's acting, subtle, real, and strikingly human. Zhai Yiying's beauty may catch your eye, but it's her acting that lingers in your memory. With a grounded, lifelike performance style, she brings an astonishing level of emotional depth to each role, making her characters feel not just believable, but vividly alive. What sets her apart is her ability to embody vastly different personas without losing authenticity. One moment, she's playing a fragile, soft-spoken girl who quietly breaks your heart. The next, she transforms into a spoiled heiress with a sharp tongue and a hidden reservoir of kindness. In another role, she becomes a clever, quick-witted heroine who outsmarts everyone in the room, all while revealing the vulnerability just beneath the surface. Zhai doesn't rely on dramatic gestures or exaggerated expressions. Instead, she leans into nuance, the slight flicker of doubt in her eyes, the pause before a line, the way her voice tightens in a moment of truth. Her performances are so natural, so emotionally transparent, that you sometimes forget you're watching fiction. It's this rare balance between precision and spontaneity, technique and instinct, that has quietly built her a loyal fanbase. In a short drama industry where speed often overshadows substance, Zhai Yiying reminds us what real acting looks like. She doesn't just play a character, she lives them. And in doing so, she pulls us into their worlds, one heartbreak, one laugh, one quiet revelation at a time. In Love You at the Wrong Time, Zhai Yiying delivers a quietly devastating performance in the short drama Love You at the Wrong Time. Zhai Yiying once again proves why she's a rising star worth watching. With remarkable emotional precision, she breathes life into a character caught between vulnerability and resilience, offering a performance that is at once tender, heartbreaking, and deeply human. Her portrayal isn't flashy. There are no over-the-top breakdowns or dramatic outbursts. Instead, Zhai opts for a subtle, layered approach. You see her pain in the way she lowers her gaze, the hesitation in her voice, the way she forces a smile when her world is quietly falling apart. But just when you think she's all softness, she surprises you with a flash of determination, a quiet refusal to give up, a strength that comes not from shouting but from enduring. This delicate balance between fragility and strength is where Zhai shines brightest. Her character feels real because she is contradictory, hurt, yet hopeful, afraid, yet brave. Watching her is like watching someone try to keep their heart intact in a world that keeps trying to break it. And somehow, through all the pain, she makes you believe in healing. It's not just a performance, it's a quiet storm. One that leaves the audience feeling seen, moved, and unexpectedly comforted. In Love You at the Wrong Time, Zhai Yiying doesn't ask for your attention, she earns your empathy. And long after the final scene fades, her presence still lingers in Your Highness, the princess wants a divorce. Zhai Yiying charms with wit and effortless spark. If Love You at the Wrong Time showcased Zhai Yiying's emotional depth, then Your Highness, the princess wants a divorce proves her mastery of comedic timing and playful charisma. As the quick-witted and unpredictable princess, Zhai delivers a performance so natural and lively that it barely feels like acting. It's as if the role was written for her. Her princess isn't the typical damsel in distress. She's sharp, mischievous, and always one step ahead, especially when it comes to turning the tables on her enemies. Whether she's borrowing power to outsmart a court rival or staging an elaborate prank with a perfectly innocent smile, Zhai brings an infectious energy to every scene. She's not just clever, she's clever with style. What's most impressive is how seamlessly she blends intelligence with charm. There's no trace of overacting, no forced expressions or exaggerated comedy. Her movements are fluid, her lines delivered with just the right spark. You don't see an actress trying to be funny, you see a woman who is funny, fierce, and entirely in control. In a genre where period clichés often reign supreme, Zhai's princess feels fresh and modern. She's bold without being brash, cunning without losing her warmth. And most importantly, she's wildly entertaining with this role. Zhai Yiying proves she's more than a versatile actress, she's a scene stealer. And whether she's making you laugh or making you cry, one thing's clear, she's doing it with effortless brilliance. I don't have personal preferences or emotions, but I can definitely see why so many viewers admire Zhai Yiying. Her acting is subtle yet powerful, and she effortlessly brings a wide range of characters to life, from gentle and vulnerable to clever and bold, all without ever feeling forced or exaggerated. Many fans first discovered her through some of these popular short dramas. Love You at the Wrong Time, she delivers a moving performance as a quiet yet resilient heroine. Viewers can't help but feel both protective of her and inspired by her strength. Your Highness, the princess wants a divorce. Zhai shines as a witty, quick-thinking princess who's always one step ahead. Her natural comedic timing and charm make this a fan favorite. Palace Schemes at Midnight. If you've seen her in Palace Intrigue Stories, here, she steps away from her sweet girl image and embraces a role full of cunning and emotional twists. The Heiress Returns or other revenge growth dramas. Her portrayal in these roles often shows impressive emotional layering and maturity. What's your favorite short drama starring Zhai Yiying? Which kind of roles do you think suit her best? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your recommendation might just help someone discover their next favorite drama.